Good morning, friends. Welcome to my garden. It is about 6:30 in the morning when I'm filming this. The street lights are still on, so this is a sunrise garden tour. But I wanted to share how things are doing and growing since I haven't shared since April. So go watch that video first if you want to see the full transformation. But here at my front steps, I have a few different evergreens. This is an emerald green arborvitae, and then I have a Frankie boy arborvitae, and he is so fun and whimsical, isn't he? He's been putting on a lot of new growth recently, and I love the bright lime chartreuse sort of color he gives off. It pairs really well with the deeper green foliage I have right here. But next to those evergreens, I have this little quick fire hydrangea. And this is one of my favorite hydrangeas in the garden. It puts on such a show all season. It comes out a creamy white bloom, then it slowly fades to a light pink, dark pink, and then eventually a deep red. It is stunning. You can see these lace cap blooms are just so pretty. This pink color is just, I love it. It brings me a lot of joy here in this space. I love to walk around and do sort of my rounds at this time of day and just kind of check on everything and see how things are doing. In this back corner, I have another arborvitae. He has plenty of room to grow and get massive and just be happy. I like the structure that evergreens bring to a landscape, and they add four-season interest, which is nice. But back in June, I had my husband build me these cedar window boxes, and they add such an impact to the landscape. Because it was later in the season, I just added a bunch of coleus, some creeping jenny, there's some fanflower there, and it has really, really filled out. And then moving on next to the window box, or underneath, I should say, I have 3 bobo hydrangeas, and these are sort of the focal point of the face of our home, and I love these little guys. They perform so beautifully. They are just covered in blooms. They still have quite a ways to fill in. I'm hoping next season we really see a big growth from them, but even small and petite, they are so pretty here in the landscape. They start out sort of a creamy white, then they are fading now to more of a chartreuse green now that we're heading into August, and eventually come fall they will fade into a soft pink. So they're just really pretty. I love them here at the front of the house. They're one of my favorite little varieties. This is a summer wine 9 bark in tree form, and it pairs really well with all of the chartreuse green I have going on in the front landscape. When it first blooms out, it is green, but it quickly turns to this deep, dark burgundy color with these beautiful white flowers. It is such a show in the spring. It was so pretty and so fun, and I love the contrast against the white house. You can see lots of new growth on it. I'm going to trim it up here in the fall pretty soon. Moving right along, we're going to make our way down towards the fence area. This is an ivory An ivory halo dogwood is what it's called, and it has really pretty variegated leaves. It adds a nice pop of yellow to the landscape, which I've heard it said that you should have green, yellow, blue, and red in any landscape setting. So having that pop of yellow is nice. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I've heard. And speaking of pops of yellow, we have these gorgeous creamy white, which will eventually fade to a yellow chartreuse green mop head bloom on these limelight hydrangeas. These are classic. They're beautiful. Some of those mop head blooms are the size of my head. They're ginormous, but I love them. I love to cut them and arrange them in the house. dry them for the fall and winter months. There are so many ways to use these blooms again and again, and they're definitely some of my favorites. Following the limelights, I have a vanilla spice summer sweet shrub. And these are actually native to the eastern part of the United States. And the pollinators love them. They give off a very, very strong, sweet fragrance. Really pretty to have in a landscape. I have noticed bees all over this bush during the day, and I just love that. And the scent is really nice too. But next to that, I have another summer wine 9-bark in shrub form. I've got 2 of these flanking the gate going into my backyard. You'll see here in a second. Same color, same blooms as the tree form, just a little bit smaller. And then my pop of blue in the landscape, again flanking the gate. I have 2 of these mounds of blue spruce. And I love that icy blue color. Isn't that just stunning? It has a very cooling effect to the eye, and it's just really pretty. I love that little touch of blue to the garden. It's just something different, and again, more of that 4-season structure. But on this other 9-bark, it's getting a little bit more sun than the other, and it's starting to bloom already again. And those are what the white flowers look like on the 9-barks. You can see that. And the last thing on the front part of our landscape is, again, another green emerald arborvitae. And he has grown quite a bit this season. I've noticed an inch or 2, and that is what everything looks like on this front part of the house. So I showed you the left side. Now we're going to move to the front porch and the right side. And on my front porch, I have 6 Boston ferns that are just glorious. I love these ferns. They're so pretty on the porch. They add some privacy. I also have an asparagus fern here sitting between my 2 wicker chairs, and I've noticed some new growth on it recently. I haven't had it very long. I bought it at Lowe's just a few weeks ago, but by my front door in containers, I have arborvitaes that I'm hoping to winter over, filled with some impatiens because I don't get a lot of sun on the porch. And those have been doing really well. And on this front corner, I have a limelight standard tree. So this is the limelight hydrangea. You can see that creamy white mop head bloom, so pretty, but in tree form. And it adds a ton of height. It allows me to plant more on the ground around it. And it's been such a glorious tree to have and to watch perform all season long. Now we're going to take a look at my driveway gardens, and I have some annuals on this side. These are Supertunia Vista Snowdrift, and they have just exploded all summer long. They look so pretty against the green velvet boxwoods I have going down the driveway. You can just see countless blooms. It's just such a wave of color, such a bold statement going down the drive, and I love it. I'm probably going to do it again next year because it just went really well this year for me. You can see my boxwoods are starting to put on some more growth. I'm not going to trim them up and shape them until the fall because I don't want them to burn, but for now it's been fun to see lots of new baby growth on them. As far as some annuals in this beautiful stone container, I've got some English ivy going down, some diamond frosty-forbia. I love that whimsy look. It's very airy. Some of that deeper foliage, I'm not sure what kind of vine that is. If you know, let me know. And some angelonia. And these containers are beautiful. They definitely give more of an English feel and just a little bit more whimsy, if you will. This is a cypress cream ball. I fell in love with this. I saw one left at the garden center and it just needed to come home with me. I loved it so much, but I wasn't ready to put it in the landscape yet. So I planted it in this cedar container, this box container, and maybe he'll winter over, I'm hoping, fingers crossed. But I have another container down here, the same stone container as towards the front. They're the same, they're mirrored, all the same plants. For some reason, this one is a little bit more tight and structured. The euphorbia hasn't gone as crazy, I think that's probably what it is. But you can see how thick this ivy has gotten this season. It is crazy. And as we make our way down, I have another Bobo hydrangea after all of the boxwoods down the driveway. And this one has filled out really nicely this season. Pardon my hose mess. I'm in the middle of fixing that. But next to those, I wanted something a little taller, a little more whimsy because the boxwoods are so tight and structured. So I have these dappled willow bushes. And they were a little bit stressed out when I first planted them, but I've been watering them like crazy and they're finally starting to come back to life. I can see some new growth on the stems here, so I'm happy. I think they survived my summer planting of them, and hopefully next season they'll get a full year of growth and they'll do really well, I hope. Along this white fence, it's actually my neighbor's fence. I wanted something really formal and structured since the fence is so classic. And I did an entire row of arborvitaes and incredible hydrangeas. And these are so classic. I saw a photo of them from Proven Winners a year ago, and I knew I wanted a long row of these beauties. They eventually will get 5 to 7 feet tall and wide, so they will really fill out this driveway, and they're going to be just spectacular. You can see they're chartreuse green right now from all of the heat as the season is dwindling down. When they first came out, there's some newer blooms on this one. You can see they start out a creamy, bright white, which is spectacular. It's so pretty. And then they slowly start to fade. But some of these blooms are the size of my head. They're ginormous and so, so pretty. I have loved this addition to the gardens in the driveway. We have this spot in the yard where all of our fences meet and there's a bit of a gap, and I just wanted some privacy. So I planted some more of the emerald green arborvitaes. I've got some sunshine ligustrum over here, some double play DZ spirea. And then in the very front of the bed, I filled these with Super Tunia Vista jazzberry. And the jazzberry, sort of that cool tone magenta against this yellow ligustrum, has been so pretty. So now we're going to turn towards the garage here. This is the last little area of landscape around the house. I have to remind myself that this area was completely overgrown with weeds less than a year ago. I did this back area and it has just come such a long way. I think sometimes we get impatient as gardeners and we want things to grow quickly and fill out, and I have to remind myself this looked entirely different not that long ago. So I've got a privet shrub here, which is a ligustrum. It turns bright yellow in the sun. So pretty. I just love that. It has been a really nice sort of anchor piece to this space. I've got a tiny little baby buddleia, or known as the butterfly bush. Most of the blooms are spent right now, but starting to get a new flush. You can see here it's that pretty purple. This specific variety only gets like 3 to 5 feet tall and wide, so it won't totally overgrow this area, I hope. Hopefully it brings lots of pretty butterflies though. I also have a bloomerang lilac tree. And I planted this, I actually got it for my birthday last year, and I planted it last September. And in this spring, the show it put on, I'm gonna have to share a picture with you guys. It's getting ready to bloom again. Stunning, so beautiful. And then tucked behind it, it gets dappled sun most of the day. I just stuck an Invincible Spirit 2, which this variety, any purchased, gets donated. Portions go to breast cancer awareness because it's a very soft, pretty blush pink color. I'll try to show you. There's a new bloom here. You can tell this is definitely a baby hydrangea. Its colors turned very quickly. There we go, it focused. You can see the blush pink, but it turned really quickly. It's been so hot, but even that fall color is gorgeous. Now we're gonna head to the back. Right next to the gate, I have a huge container full of these magenta colored petunias. I think these are just trailing petunias. They've done really well. I'm gonna go into the back now and we'll make a turn. And here is one of my favorite areas to just sit and just have a moment of peace and tranquility. The pollinators love all of the catmint and the salvia. This pink perfusion salvia has performed so well all season. I have some veronica, some hydrangeas. I actually did an entire video on this space specifically, so if you want to know more details, be sure to go check that out. While I was filming, a little friend stopped to say hello. I love just coming out here to sit. Sometimes I'll bring one of my chairs around and just hang out and watch the butterflies and the bees. And eventually I'd love to add on to this space in the garden. But one last thing over here I wanted to show you. These are perennial. They're called hardy geraniums, also known as Roseanne. But these are such good performers. They have had these beautiful purple blooms all season. I mean, I planted them last fall. They started blooming in, I think, May, maybe early June, and they've just had these stunning flowers all season. So if you're looking for a pretty flower, cool toned flower, definitely recommend the hardy geraniums. I've got some more of the salvia here. It's just stunning. There's some daisies tucked back there. I don't know if you saw those, but just wanted to share a quick update on this space. I hope you enjoyed this garden tour. I hope it brought you a sense of peace and calm to your day. And I will see you guys really soon in the next one. Bye.